Today is end of 20th of June, and there's just 2 sessions left for the end of June. So going forward for 29th of June, we are going to look into some stocks and some companies which were which had a very good long positions initiated today, and these companies should be in our radar. So one of the companies which I am seeing is definitely Bandhan Bank. We traded Bandhan Bank, and the second is Bank of Baroda. So this is also going towards 88 and 90 levels, which is a sort of a resistance. But going forward, I think this company is, at least the positions which are being made in this company looks really good, and it closed very near its day high. This is also true for Bandhan Bank, where we were able to take a very good trade from 340 to 354 levels. And companies like Jindal Steel, it gave a very good closing, strong closing. And as we has already discussed previously in our market watch from the afternoon, that we were keeping a track on companies like Glenmark and other pharma companies, but I think going forward, definitely Glenmark should be one of the companies which should be in your tracker list. UBL, I think going forward, the trend, though it went towards the very day high, but going forward, I think it's going to face a very immediate resistance, which we can see at 1440 levels, and maybe it's time for us to also move away from UBL. And this was also said about NMDC earlier, and we were able to so we saw that NMDC from 185, it went towards the 181 levels, so there was a 3% dip which came, 3% dip which came. And going forward, I think MGL is one of the companies which I'm carrying longs, and I think this has a long way up. And maybe if there's one stock which you want to actually keep in radar for long positions, that should be your MGL. Together with that, Gujarat Gas went towards a very high 677. We were able to take trades, and we closed and at 666 levels in the very first hour of the trade, but eventually it gave a close closing. But going forward, I think it's going to face resistance pretty soon. But we have to actually see from and Oro Pharma also, though it looks really good. From my algorithm, it's able to predict that the trend is somewhat not very reliable, and maybe very soon this 977 levels from there, Oro Pharma will also can see some profit booking. From other companies' perspective, I can see companies like Hindalco gave a good move, and also Dr. Reddy is definitely one of the companies which had a good move. We traded Torrent Pharma, but eventually it faced some resistance, and we were able to book at exactly at 2980 levels. And Cummins is also looking good. Lupin Lupin is also one of the companies which should be in your radar, and theoretically, I think going forward, you should be sort of coming out of IT positions. This is what I have been doing, and trying to enter some sectors which are running. For example, Tata Steel gave a good closing, but I am still waiting for some positions getting created. But other than that, from the steel sector, you can see here we have Jindal Steel, where there will very good trend is there. But it has an immediate resistance around about 411 410 region, and also sale is there where positions are getting created. So maybe steel sector is also one of the companies you should be keeping in track. And also this is true for Escorts. You can see 1220 is basically a resistance in Escorts. So basically this is now trading at 1200, so it has a 1-2% move is possible in Escorts in tomorrow's, and if there's a huge gap up, and if not, then 1220 is possible. But I think in a very medium term, I have a very good faith in a company like Escorts. And companies like unfortunately Cipla, and so basically Sun Pharma, they faced some resistance in the very top levels. But between Sun Pharma and Cipla, I would say Cipla is a much better bet, and this is also true for company like ICICI Prudential. Power Grid is one of the company which you should definitely keep in your radar, and this has been consolidating, and this is a very small bar of it just spent the whole day between 232 and 231, and I think a very good move is going to come in Power Grid, and definitely it's one of the companies which is going to give you a very good return in short term. Lalpath Labs is definitely one of the companies which is looking very good for a up move. I will do an explicit chart analysis on Lalpath Labs after this video, and which you can see if tomorrow morning before the trades, if you want to. It would be pretty late tonight when I will be updating the chart analysis for Lalpath Lab. Now we are entering towards the companies which had big a reversal, big red candles. From a reversal perspective, I can see IndusInd Bank is definitely Indus Tower is definitely one of the companies where shorts are getting created, and maybe this is just a start of the downtrend. And this is also true for company like NTPC is having a tough time, but going forward it was trading in a very narrow range for today. So going forward, I think companies like NTPC and Power Grid, which we saw, maybe these companies would come and try to take the index earlier, and you can see that Torrent Power is also there in the same vicinity. So basically, from a power perspective, you can see that at least we got three, and maybe there's also Tata Power somewhere over here. But Indus Tower is definitely one of the weak stocks, and with any weakness in Nifty, I would be targeting this one to create shorts, and hopefully I would be able to. And this is also true for Muthoot Finance. And Muthoot Finance was also not able to sustain at high levels, and so it's also facing some resistance. Also true for companies like Kotak Bank and Deepak Nitrite and Godrej Consumer Products. And other than that, we also saw HDFC Bank. So in the morning, we were very able to create and to understand that banks are not working, the IT is not working, and you can see that Infi is over here. So Infi was also not able to work, and this is also TCS is also over here. So LTTS here, TCS here, LTI is here. So IT was definitely not one of the sectors which worked, and we were actually happy. And Emphasis is also here, where it faced a very good resistance at a 2080. But the good thing is it went for a breakout reversal of 2040. So going forward, I think we should be staying away and rather creating shorts in company like BEL, and it was not able to create reverse the morning weakness. This is also true for companies like Sun TV, Titan, Idea, Cholafin actually is one of the very good companies which is coming out as a very good shorting opportunity. So maybe this is also something in my radar for shorts, and also this is also true for Coal India. And definitely we can see that the largest losers were HDFC Life, and this is something related to a block deal which is slated for 680 levels. So maybe HDFC Life is also weak because of that. The market already knew about it, and we knew from the chart action at within 9:40 in the morning that HDFC Life is not going to be one of the stocks which you want to enter today. And IDFC Bank had a late session fall, and we were able to catch this in the last half an hour trade. So you will find all of this analysis in the upper right hand corner. I will attach the video which I've done earlier, so you can see companies like HDFC Life, IDFC First Bank, and Indus Tower are looking weak, and companies like Lalpath Lab is looking really good. And also company is definitely one of my favorite stocks. MGL and IGL, as I said, is looking really good, though you can see that in IGL it had a fall from top levels of 945, and it seems like it's still trying to be in the range between 540 and 520, but who knows, maybe very soon it may stick towards 560. So you should be from a perspective of a target, 560 looks like a very good target which might be achievable if it's able to close above 540. So that's all, folks. Hope this video is going to give you more information and was helpful for you. So one of the things which we saw in the very last moment, and which was also discussed in our 3 p.m. Video, that companies like RBL Bank and Federal Bank and Punjab National Bank, all these small banks, AU Bank, they were able to move, even though there was huge weakness in big names of banking sector. Yesterday, remember, there was a lot of noise in Twitter stating about ICICI Bank and Axis Bank, but eventually, if we look into say Axis Bank, because there was some discussion in the Twitter community about the breakouts which are happening. So you can see that neither of the big banks were able to perform today, and this was exactly the reason why I told you to stay away from these big banking names. Rather, we were able to so similarly you can see this is ICICI Bank. It didn't move much today, and it was just a simple doji, so we should not be looking into those banks. And this is Axis Bank. There was a huge discussion about Twitter about breakouts, but as I said that we should always be looking into how the price and volume are working. So theoretically there was absolutely no move today, but going forward, I think if you want to have some short positions, then maybe companies like Muthoot Finance looks really good, and also like Godrej Consumer Products, Deepak Nitrite, Kotak Bank is again trading in a very in a support level of 1720, and so maybe I wouldn't be interested in shorting Kotak Bank as of yet, but definitely Indus Tower is a very weak stock, and it has a huge volatility also, so this might be a very good thing for me to stop. And also you can see HDFC Bank was a laggard today, and the positions looks like there are a lot of shorts which are created, and this is also true for Motherson Sumi, which is coming from auto sector. So if you actually look into these big red candles, so you can easily find that Bharti Airtel, ITC, Maruti, Colpal, Reliance, Bajaj Finserv, India Bull Housing Finance, HCL Tech, Sun TV, Ambuja Cement, and GMR Infra. GMR Infra, we already discussed that it has a huge resistance at 32, and it has a support at 29. So maybe you can trade that particular thing. So from here we can see that there were a lot of big IT companies which people were so much talking about in the last few sessions. But today emphasis TCS, LTS, LTTS, and LTI, they were not able to withheld to hold their ground, and hence there was so this may be a very soon that they will reverse, but at least for today they were not runners. Trend was a very good trade we took at and we were able to close it towards the day high. And so that's it for now. I think going forward, if I'm looking for a sector, then definitely Torrent Pharma, Dr. Reddy, and Glenmark, and these would be the top three names in pharma. And from bank perspective, I think Canara Bank and definitely Bank of Baroda and Bandhan Bank, together with Federal Bank and RBL Bank. So this is another small banks. This is also one of the sectors which is coming. The third one would be companies like Cummins Industries, which was able to give a really good breakout, and also PI Industry should be here, because let me have a look. Voltas we traded in the morning. Where is PI Industry? Exactly, it has to be here, because I traded this one and I know how the structure was looking really good. And so this has a few of the companies. So hope this video is helpful for you, and maybe you will try to position yourself in the right sector and try to make some money, right? Thanks a lot for listening, and have a nice evening if you're watching it on 28th, and if you're watching it on 29th, then best of luck for your trading for the 29th. Yep, bye bye.